This is VRN, your trusted leader in e-motorsports.
Hey, all right, Vigilante Nation, welcome to Watkins Glen International Road Course. This is round 6 of the VRL Premiere Series. My name is Alan Vaught, along with Ricky Wittenberg in the booth, bringing you all the excitement and racing action this evening. And with that, folks, we're going to go ahead and transition right into the session details for tonight's race. So you're looking at 55 laps tonight. That's 135 miles. The drivers are limited to 65% fuel. They do not have a tire limit, and their fuel window is about 18 to 20 laps, depending on who's driving the truck. There are no fast repairs in this series, and tonight's incident limit is slightly larger than normal because it's a road course. It's 33 incident points before they have to do a penalty drive-through, and then every 6 points thereafter. It does say there's no green-white checker for this race. And however, for this in particular, this is out of the norm. We do have a comp caution in the middle of this race. So whenever the leader crosses the stripe for lap 26, the admin will close the pits for the final 2 laps of the stage. And then at lap 28, she's going to throw the competition caution. That's right in the middle of our 55 laps, a little bit over. And then we'll re-rack them and get started again. But that's an opportunity for these racers to kind of adjust their strategies depending on what's happening. And maybe take advantage of that extra restart. And with that, we're going to give you some information on the weather and everything tonight. So tonight's air temp right now is 77 degrees. The track temp is about 109 degrees Fahrenheit. Relative humidity is pretty low, 47%. Winds are 8 to 11 miles per hour. They're variable out of the west and northwest, and we have partly cloudy skies for this race. Tonight we do have 9 onboard cameras for you. I'll have you get a look at that. We have, starting with Mr. Kelly Kill in the 01 truck. We got Scott Roney. This is the first time we've had Scott with an onboard camera here tonight, so welcome, Scott. We appreciate it. He's in the 023 truck. Good looking man cave going there. I like that. We got Greg Dobson in the 085 truck. Looks like he's doing some last minute texting before he gets started here. And I actually need to transition these over while I'm talking to you, folks. I'm missing that. So here we go. Here's Scott's camera. Good looking man cave there, Ricky, as we're going through these. If you want to have any comments on this.
Yeah, it's cool to see Scott. No, I've not seen him on camera before, I don't believe.
No, first time for me too. I like the green glow. You know, I like green. Lori doesn't like green, but I like green. So That's Scott's camera, and then we'll take it again. We got Dobson here. He was on his phone. I was talking about earlier. I failed to transition over for you. So he's out of one of our Canadian drivers racing tonight. And we got Mr. Player in the 13. Usually his cat's his co-pilot. Kyle Vaught and the number 16 truck. He's got the red glow going on instead of the green. And is also sporting another, he's had, sleeveless shirt again tonight. Then we have an overhead shot of Mr. Dustin Wade. Nice setup there. 3 monitors, nice and immersive. Mike Adamson tonight. This is, I think, the first time maybe on Wednesday night he's had this. He's done it for a couple of the endurance races and everything, but I think this is the first for VRL Wednesday. And we got Mr. Good Enough in the 89 truck. And then the final camera we have for tonight, folks, is Mr. Greg Klein in that 92 truck. So those are your onboard cameras for the night. So Ricky, are you ready for some virtual trip to the Finger Lakes of New York?
Oh yeah, always a fun track to watch races at Watkins Glen. It's a pretty easy road course to learn. So looks like a lot of these guys have been practicing. The times are tight, and I would expect to see them kind of packed together throughout the race.
Yeah, there's no doubt there. This track, just while we are finishing up qualifying, so there's a few more minutes left, about a minute or so. This is a 2.45 mile track, and the NASCAR layout has 7 turns, 8 if you count the bus stop, but I don't really number them that way, and neither does iRacing. It's an asphalt surface with some concrete patches, in the key braking zones. The elevation change here is 120 feet. Across the entirety of a lap. It makes for some dramatic uphill through the S's and downhill braking zones. The banking here is pretty minimal. It's mostly flat and with some cambered corners that reward precision driving. As I mentioned previously, the Watkins Glen course is located in the Finger Lakes region of near Seneca Lake in New York, upstate New York. Opened in 1956. It was a permanent circuit at the time. Originally, the first races were on public roads, actually, starting in 1948. The S's, momentum's key through the S's and turns 2 through 4. It requires a perfect throttle modulation, some steering rhythm. If you lift through that area there, Ricky, you're going to really pay the price because that next straight is, you're going to lose all that time throughout the straight. So you got to really get off that last turn with as much momentum as possible before you get to the bus stop.
Yeah, and so that turn where you're coming through the S's there, you can almost dirt track it through there and get kind of slot it. But if you miss it, you could hit the guardrail. So if you have to pedal it and a guy's behind you, they're going to try to shoot the gap and make a pass to not lose their momentum. That's always a tricky portion of the track.
Yeah, and that straight there, you got a nice slipstream, so it does make for some pretty good battles in late braking heroics or mistakes, depending on your perspective. Or so additionally, you kind of downhill in some of those other braking zones coming to the end of the lap, like in lap 6, the second to last turn there. A pretty hard braking zone and a little bit of finesse to get through there into the next turn, because turn 7, you have to make sure again that you have good drive off, because you have a nice long straightaway heading back down to the start finish and to turn 1.
Yeah, wheel hop's always a big deal here. Like at Watkins Glen, I'm sure going into the first turn when these guys fire off, that's going to be probably pretty tricky, and they're all going to have to mind their P's and Q's going into the first turn. You don't want to spend all this time practicing and then wipe it out first turn.
No, for sure. We're going to do a quick interview, a pre-race interview here, if I can find him. Here he is right here. So we're going to pull Kyle Vaught up. He knows this is coming, folks, so no big surprise there. See how he's going to do this evening. Hey, Kyle, it's down to Ricky the Booth. You got me, buddy.
Hey, howdy, fellas.
How you feeling about tonight's race, man?
Gonna try to be patient. Taylor just texted me to remind me to be patient, so I'm just gonna try to do that.
I don't know what it is about people like your significant others telling us to be patient. They just don't know what race car drivers do.
I know. I gotta send it. I just want to send it.
No, for sure, man. Go ahead.
Yeah, I got a COL, so I'm gonna be at the very, 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 very tail end. So we'll see how that works out. yeah, I just gotta be patient.
And what do you got for your? This is one of your drivers, Ricky. What do you got for him?
Hey, Kyle, I saw you on the camera there. You got the gun show going on with the Toy Story look on your T-shirt tonight. That looking
Yeah,
good.
you like that?
Looking good. I like it, man. I like it. So
Yeah.
you're ready to go. I don't know. Well, it's easy for me to advise you from up here. I just tell you, you're already at the back. I'd hang out at that first corner and try to make sure you get through the first corner in the S's, and then try to start picking them off one at a time, and you'll have that cop caution coming up.
Yeah, that's a good thing. The comp caution, I think, will definitely save you. But you're right. Be patient. Try to pick them off one by one. Mayberry is my first target. I'll tell you what.
He's right there. Two trucks in front of you. Yeah, you can see him right there.
He's right there in front of me.
Literally
But
in front of you.
once we get the EOLs and stuff, we'll see. I don't think he's gonna be right in front of me then. I'm not sure who's gonna be in front of me, but no, you're right. Just be patient. Hang out back here. They'll start picking one off, one by one. It's gonna get rowdy. I feel there's some fast guys in the back here who I know want to get up front. So, yeah, it's gonna be a lot.
Well, hey man, thanks for talking to us, and good luck. Hopefully you survive turn one, and not only the start of the race, but the restart. That's just nerve-wracking at road courses, at least for me.
Definitely.
All right, buddy,
Absolutely.
we're gonna drop you back down.
Thanks,
Let you
y'all.
focus.
Yep. Have fun.
You too. Bye.
Bye.
All right, the 16 truck. Kyle Vaught. Let's see how he does like coming from the rear. Go back up the front here. And get your starting grid right before they get going here, Ricky. Let's see. Race info grid. All right, so Craig Goodenough got the pole tonight. DW, Derek Welch in second. Trevor Robertson. Actually, it's like Chris Gomes is in third. They're going back and forth here. Chris Gomes in third. Trevor Robertson fourth. Tim Pope in fifth. Sixth is Dustin Eaton. Seventh, David Fight. Jonathan Osborne is eighth. Josh Bittner in ninth. And Mike Adamson is your 10th place starter.
And you got John M. McAdam in 11th, Greg Klein 12th, Dustin Wade 13th, John Schoenbacher 14th, John McDonald 15th, Scott Roney 16th, John Gallagher 17th, Tony Benfield 18th, Greg Dobson 19th, and Anthony Williams in 20th.
21st is Scott Milner. Kelly Kills in 22nd. Chandler Paul 23rd. 24th is Jeremiah Burke. Andy Player in 25th. Jack Dixon 26th. 27th is Albert America's Driver Anderson. 28th is Dave Mayberry. 29th, Dylan Bryant. 30th is Kyle Vaught. We just talked to him. 31st is Mike Everidge. Andrew Cawthon is starting 32nd. Deion Jones 33rd. Kevin Hunt is 34th. And rounding out our field is Tom Barish in that 35th position. Man, what a big field for a road course.
Yeah, 35 trucks is a lot of people out here, but road course, it's a big track. They'll still get spread out, but 35 is a really good number.
And we're getting ready to take the green. As you see the truck duck off right there, folks. Darling Pat coming towards us. We are green. 89 gets a good jump there from that hot starting spot. 38 is going to have kind of an advantage there inside the 21. See if he's able to make it stick and go ahead and affect that pass. And he does. He's up to the second position. Derek Welch settles back into third. There's your top three right there with Tim Pope. Vastly improved Tim since we started running this league. He really didn't like road courses, but as we would expect nothing less from Tim. You see how well he's running now. He's put the time in, and he's up towards the front at all these races now, going to the bus stop.
Yeah, I still don't think he likes road courses. He just tolerates them, but Tim's just such a good driver. It don't matter what you put him on, he's gonna race toward the front.
Yeah, for sure. He's looking good so far. And then just behind him, you got Trevor Robertson. He's down one position right here just at the very start, but good looking six machine there. And we'll go ahead and kind of run back through the field and show you where everybody's running it right now. Dustin Eaton, he's started in sixth. Go ahead.
Greg Klein's wrecked. Sorry, Greg Klein wrecked early. He's towed to the pits.
Oh, actually, I just saw that pop in. Let's take a look, see what we can. We'll come back up here to
no,
Dustin Eaton. Well, he's backwards here so far. We'll back this up and see what happens. Oh, looks like he's going through side by side next to the 47 truck there. That's not what did it. He's fine through here. Oh, it's just a bad hop. You know, we saw that happen to somebody the last time we were here, but actually in real life too, whenever the Cup Series was here. Not this past time, but previous. I think the previous race to that.
Yeah, I've actually done that myself here coming out of that turn, and done the same thing Greg's done. So, as hard as he hit the wall, that may have done him in.
Yeah, especially when cold tires, you hit that curb, it gets a little bouncy. The tires aren't sticky enough to kind of grip as you come back down, and so you end up just a little bounce effect, and then get sideways. As you see the 14 trucks going for position there underneath Tim Pope. Now, I was actually surprised there, Ricky, that Dustin Eaton wasn't on the pole. He's normally, basically one of the road course kings. He still is. For tonight. He must have had a bad lap during qualifying.
Yeah, he must have overcooked it in qualifying a little bit or something. Qualified back in sixth. He's having to try to pick his way up through the field.
Yeah, but I expect he will. He's pretty patient about things like this. He's got the skill and the talent to get back up there. We'll see him battling for the win before this is over. So with that, we'll keep going through the field. We already hit these folks. Let's take a look. Seventh position, you got David Fight right now out of Baltimore, Maryland. Behind him, we got in new colors tonight, Jonathan Osborne, looking very Dale Earnhardt-ish to me, at least, right there in the old school. One of his old paint schemes. That Dale Jr.'s got that car. In fact, I'm trying to think of what model that was. Do you know, Ricky? Because you were around the track area during that time frame. But is that what he's going for here?
That looks like one of Dale Earnhardt's Busch Grand National schemes from the late 80s when he first went to Goodrich.
Yeah, that's a good looking car. But he's running in 8th position as we go back to Mike Adamson. We do have an onboard camera for Mike tonight. Take a look at that. Very dark. He's another one of those drivers who wants to drive in the dark. So you see, maybe you can make another meme out of this one too, like you did the last one, where screams coming out of the background. I thought it was pretty funny.
Yeah. It's him and Colin Decker. They both like the dark.
Yeah, for sure. So he's running right there. He's up one spot so far for the night, running in 9th. The drop back here just a bit to Josh Bittner out of Hamburg, Pennsylvania. He's down one spot, running in 10th position. John McAdam in that 47 truck. We saw him earlier when we went back to look at that incident. And he's right where he started in 11th position. Dustin Wade, we have a camera for Wade tonight as well. He is, if I can find it here. There we go. He's much more lit up there so we can see what's going on. But we'll take a look at his hands to see if he's swatting flies. Looks like it's pretty smooth to me, though.
Yeah, looks like he's got everything in control. He's got somebody trying to give him an assist there.
Yeah, somebody's hooking him up. Yeah, he's looking pretty smooth to me. So he is currently running up one spot from where he started in the 12th position. We'll drop on back here to Scott Roney. And we have Scott for the first time tonight. Like I said, I was admiring his man cave earlier. He got that nice green glow, Lori. Green is good. Remember, green means go faster. So just an inside joke, folks. My wife, Lori, she got tired of me running green paint schemes and everything. And I was all about it, being a big 33 fan from back in the day. So that's a good looking scheme there. Lori's also saying, please thumbs up if you're watching. Yes, please. We got 25 current viewers in there. If you haven't given us a thumbs up, please do. That helps out the channel and helps us highlight these drivers. So Scott's up 3 spots for the night already, running in the 13th position. That's Jeremiah Burke out of Phoenix, Arizona. Surprised he's not further up in the field, but I wouldn't expect him to be back here for long. He'll probably figure out a way to get up there in the top 10, top 5, battle for those positions, maybe a win. He's up 10 spots already for the night, actually. Was he one of our drivers? Hold on. I actually didn't go over that.
He was. Yeah, he had a penalty.
Okay, folks. So I have this list here that I need to let you know. So we did have penalties tonight for the 16, Kyle Vaught, the 10, Andrew Cawthon, George Rincon, which I don't think he made the field tonight, in the 48 of Jack Dixon. Andy Player, fast driver on these courses too, 13. He had a penalty. Dylan Bryant, 51. 82, Mike Everidge. 29 of Dave Mayberry, the 434 of Kevin Hunt, 53 of Jeremiah Burke we're looking at right now, and the 31 of Scott Milner. Now, when we say penalties, what we're saying is avoidable contact or contact that resulted in a crash or spin is what we mean by penalties. Not like they did something egregious, but we maintain high standards in this league, so that way the driving is excellent and the show is good for you. And these guys are going to, now that they're at the back, unfortunately, from that last race, unfortunate for them, good for us, because we get to see them try to battle their way through all the traffic.
Yeah, it looks like we got a good turnout on YouTube already tonight. Don't want to ignore those folks. We got Tim McAdam, Kathy and Edith Anderson, Nicole Decker, Taylor Provax, Brad Arnell, Verde out in the chat, Ashley Osborne and Larry Dickerson all have joined us in the chat so far.
Any good comments we need to read out? Looks like they're mostly just joining, saying hello.
Yeah, mostly. Taylor told Kyle to be patient, but I think she probably screamed that at him too. So I think he probably heard that. But yeah, that's we're pretty much everybody just saying hello so far.
Yeah, I mean, he's anything like his old man, he's probably not going to hear anything she told him. Anyway, so okay, we're on board with Sean McDonald here. You just saw Dylan Bryant racing his way from the back. He's up 14 spots already, and he's now behind Jeremiah Burke, so making good progress. And actually, you know, since there's a caution in the middle of this race now, Ricky, this is probably the best they could do, is sit there and race their heart out, get as far forward as possible, and take advantage of this next restart. But we'll head on back. We're on board with the Andy Player now, another one of those penalty drivers, already up 8 spots. Like I said, a lot of the fast guys are towards the back. They just had some misfortune in Iowa, some really close call incidents that ended up with a penalty on this. Tony Benfield is right where he started, in the 18th position, racing out of Albemarle, North Carolina. I'm probably not saying that right. Albemarle, close. Yep, right in the 18th position that 75 truck is. Now we're on board with Kelly Kill, and he is currently up 3 spots from where he started. Nice onboard camera with Kelly. He's in that Budweiser Chevrolet. You see that 01 truck, good looking truck. Get you a better, maybe a different look on this thing. Like he is in some heat right now though, with the Kyle Vaught, Andrew Cawthon right there, right with him. We'll see how this works out as they're making their way 3 wide down into almost maybe.
Cawthon, we almost dumped Dixon. Kyle spins out. And he's blown it up.
That was. Yeah, not what he wanted to see there. He saw the hole and he wanted to take that one. Yeah, he definitely blew it up, even though it was right into the barrier. Let's go back and take a look. Get us a little chopper view here, because so Kyle's truck is on the outside left. The 10 going through, 01's right there on the inside. Kyle does a crossover move. It was a really good looking move, and then suddenly he just, I don't know if he got too much accelerator down at the wrong time and broke the rear end loose, it looks like.
What they call that is a case of premature acceleration. You just hit the gas a little too hard, a little too quick.
Yeah.
More than likely. I mean, I don't know for sure, but when you're trying to get that run, it's real tempting to smash the gas pedal to try to get a little bit more horsepower, and I think he may just lit it up.
Yeah, you see right here. Yeah, and it's probably not a great, I mean, you're normally not down there. Right there, you're normally a little bit higher in the groove. It's probably not great grip right at that point. And the 48 kind of goes around a bit there too. Might have spooked him. I don't know if he maybe pulled the wheel. Anything, it could either too much acceleration or just pulling the wheel a little bit. Unfortunate. He's going to be devastated by this, because Kyle was fast here tonight. He was looking forward to this race.
Yeah, it was just a tough break. I think the combination of getting down there where you're not usually at, and the little bit of transition from the little bit of banking that's down there, and the acceleration just got him.
Yeah. Let's get back here on Jack Dixon and continue our way back through the field. Let me kill off some of these cameras here. Here we go. Good to go. All right, so Jack is up 7 spots from where he started in that 48 machine. We were just looking at that battle with Andrew Cawthon. He's up 12 spots. He's also a fast road course racer, making good progress here tonight. Going back to John Gallagher in the 123 machine. He's slipping a little bit. He's back 5 positions. for the night, running a 22nd. Mike Average, another one of those, as you see Anthony Williams in the background getting a little skady. The 82 truck here, he's up 8 spots, racing his way from the back as well. Here's the 5 truck of Anthony Williams, almost in the grass, so you're really taking the wide portion of the track there. Just behind him, up 9 positions for the night, is Kevin Hunt, running in 25th. Another orangutan. Whoa, way wide there. Who was that? Looks like Dave the Mouth Mayberry is way out there outside the track limits. It's going to cost him some points there, as far as incident points, rather.
Just running that Austin Hill line.
Yeah, right. Just hope he doesn't have the same outcome. Just behind Dave, we got Tom Barish in that blacked out machine, number 35. And Greg Dobson, another onboard camera for Greg tonight. He's at 085. And Greg he slipped a bit as well. He's down 7 positions from where he started, so I don't know what's going on there. Maybe he just got unfortunate with the start of the race. Greg is like I mentioned before, he's actually one of 3 Canadian drivers we have in the field tonight, along with Jack Dixon and Sean McDonald. So drop back a little bit here. We got Dion Jones in that throwback AC Delco scheme, number 4. He's up 6 spots from where he started the evening. We'll get back here with Americans driver Albert Anderson, along with John Schoenbachler, racing for the 30th. This is the battle for 30th right here. Albert's only down 3 spots from where he started the night. He's not a huge road course fan at all. We're trying to get him to come around to him. Maybe eventually we'll get him another year or so. But he's running right there in the 30th spot, along with John Schoenbachler just behind him. John's down 17 spots from where he started this race. That must be some kind of trouble, Ricky.
Yeah, he must have had some kind of an issue that we didn't see, but I think you call him the closer, so he'll probably figure out a way back toward the front by the end of the race.
Yeah, he certainly seems to be. I mean, especially the ovals, he might start mid-pack or so on occasion. I don't know if he's the best qualifier, but he's certainly there at the end. We're going to drop back a little bit more here. Dustin Wade, we went on board with him earlier. He must have had an issue as well. People might be making some pit stops here, actually. Let me see. Yep, we got Josh Bittner's on pit lane. Kyle Vaught, he was out though. But Greg Klein's on pit lane. Don't know if Greg had a problem or he's just getting service.
He had the wreck on the first lap crash.
That's right, he sure did. So you see Josh coming out. So Josh he's playing a strategy. No, he's not on pit lane yet, but Josh is. So with what would be your play here tonight? I think it's about 18 laps of fuel. They got to get to lap 28. What would be your strategy, Ricky?
I don't know. Because with the way the comp caution is going to fall, I think you either need to do what Josh Bittner just did, or you need to run it until it's about empty, and then maybe I don't know, if you could stay on the lead lap, maybe pit as late as you can, and then really baby it and come in and don't get tires. I don't know. There's try to get some track position.
Yeah, for sure. So it looks like we kind of keep an eye on it, but we don't see any other takers really. Josh is the only one on lap. Came in on 11, went out on 12. We'll see if this pays off for him. He's currently running in 22nd position. He's going to be fast. Looks like the time he was in there, he took tires. But if he's going to fill it with fuel, maybe might as well. Let's jump up front and see your leader, Craig Goodenough. See how much focus is giving this right now. Actually, knock out this other camera here. Here's Craig looking calm. I mean, he should be. He's out there to over a 3-second lead over Chris Gomes in the second position there.
Yeah, I've been watching them up front as you was going through the field, and it looks like as the runs went on, Trevor Robertson and Dustin Eaton, their pace has picked up quite a bit over what Derek Welch and Chris Gomes was running, and Goodenough is about they're running about the same speed as Goodenough now, but he's so far out. So I would look for Kim Pope, Dustin Eaton, and Trevor Robertson maybe to try to get up and pass these Welch and Jones.
Yeah, we'll take a look. And if you look in the pylon, I'm going to switch this over from the gap, and we'll take a look at the last lap times. You can see, like you were mentioning, actually, Chris Gomes was a little bit faster on the last lap, only by a tenth for second place there. But then you go back, it's a minute 15 plus for third and fourth position. Fifth, Six Machine of Robertson. He's in the 14s, but just barely, as well as Tim Pope there in sixth. So, yeah, doing a great job. Looks like Lori's saying she's going to close the pits on lap 26. So the instant the leader right now, it's Craig Goodenough. Once he touches the start-finish line, he's actually coming out of the last turn here right now to start lap 15. If you notice at the top of your pylon there, actually he's going to pit road. Thought he's going to hit the pits early, but anyway, nice camera shot there.
Dustin Eaton almost got wadded up with Trevor Robertson when Dustin jerked it in to come into the pits there. I don't know if Trevor didn't expect it or if they just kind of stacked up a little.
Well, that would have been disastrous for both of them. Anyway, folks, what she's getting at is whenever the leader touches start finish line, they're going to close the pits at 26, and then the same once the leader touches the start finish on 28. That's going to be the comp caution. Like a lot of people are choosing to go in here early.
Yeah, that to me says what their strategy is they are going to pit now and try to pit on, again, lap 25 or right before she closes it, and then they will not pit under the comp caution. That is probably the strategy just about everybody's going to employ.
So I'm taking, I don't understand this, Ricky. I'm looking at you can see it says Dustin Eaton, Temple, Texas right there. But if you notice behind the truck that he has there, it looks like Kyle's picture. I don't know if he did that or not.
I don't know. That's a little odd. I'm not sure. Dustin likes to play games though, so maybe he did that for a reason. Oh,
there it goes. It just switched over. Maybe it was just a loading, maybe it was left over from an old SDK. Okay, so we're going to go back outside the truck here and go back up front. So Chris Gomes is your current leader now. He's not going in. Looks like he's going to run it out long. Really can only go like 2 more laps. He's going to have to hit the pits anyway. We'll see what the actual fuel mileage is. But should he do this, he could stay out at the break. It'd be interesting to see if people do that or not. Trying to put 13, looks like a lap down. Where's 13 running? Yeah, he's a lap down already. Running at 25th. Anything out there on in the chat?
Yeah, let's see. We've got Ryan Perez in the chat. I think that's a new face. He's cheering for Craig Goodenough. Verde says 6 road courses on the Cup schedule is too many, and I know Dale Earnhardt Jr. very much agrees with you based on his podcast this week. Lori feeling bad for Kyle. Taylor Provax feeling bad for Kyle the wreck. Red Arnell says the 89 is using McCrary tires. If you know, you know. That's a dirt tire like Hoosier or American Racers. So I don't know if he's soaking those tires, Rhett, but it looks like he might be. And Lori has asked the viewers out there, who do they think's going to win tonight?
Yeah, if you got an opinion on that out there, folks, drop it into the chat there so we can read it off. Who do you think is going to ultimately reign or prevail here with the strategy and the speed? Riding right now on board with Dylan Bryan out of Stem, North Carolina. He is in the 4th position. What'd you see?
Kelly Kill runs off the track. Yeah, he didn't wreck, but he definitely ran it out there into the marbles.
Like he's running with Josh Bittner there. Oh, just missed the turn. Luckily, he doesn't get stuck in the dirt trap like they did this weekend. You see, oh man, somebody else did too. Look at the dirt everywhere, the debris in that corner.
Let's see if that makes the track slick. I mean, it's supposed to give it a little bit of less traction there.
Like 72 there on the outside of 51. Let's see, what is he running? Chandler is running right now in the 29th position. Racing out of Mount Washington, Kentucky. Don't know if we've been to the pit lane yet. Let's take a look. Chandler. He has not, so he's staying out. We should be hitting We got another few laps before we get to that caution. So I was looking for Chris to hit the pit lane for fuel, but apparently he's got upwards a little bit more than to go here.
Kyle Vaught in the chat says it's still showing last lap times. Can you change it back?
Yes, sir. We can do that. I'll show you the gap here. There we go.
I can tell you there is a really good race for 7th, 8th, and 9th between Osborne, David Fye, Tim Pope. They're all right together on track.
Pretty close there. Osborne just in front of that 7 machine. Good looking Texaco throwback. Excuse me, Haviland throwback. That's still the same company? Not same company. Maybe Texaco Haviland?
No, they're just partnered.
It's like they're running nose to tail right now. Maybe they're conserving their tires. And let's see, is Tim did hit pit lane at lap 15. So did Jonathan at 14. David Fight at also on 14. So you see pretty much, I'll tell you which drivers didn't, which Chris Goins is just now on pit lane. So your leader's in, along with second place of John McAdam. So we figured as much. We figured out 18, 19 laps is what you could go on a tank of fuel that are hitting it now. Greg should be coming back to the lead right here. An 89 truck, Craig, good enough? He does. He reassumes the lead here. Yeah, I'm looking at real time. You should see Anthony Williams come to the pit lane, Tom Barish. Yep, right there. They're going in now. See how far back is. You're looking at good enough was able to stretch that lead. He's up to 7.2 now. Dustin Eaton up to 3rd. He's just a little bit behind Chris Goins, or just behind him. You see in the frame right there. If he's able to get up here, get past Chris, or even if he's not, and we have this reset, it's going to be a battle between Titans of Good Enough and Eaton. These guys are probably the premier, I would say, arguably the premier road course racers we have on the circuit tonight.
Yeah, they've definitely showed it the last little bit here, especially this season. They seem to be the two trucks to beat, but you can't count out Derek Welch, Trevor Robertson, or Chris Goins tonight either.
Look at that 14 fishtail, and he's pushing it for everything it's worth there coming out of turn 7. Crossing the stripe, heading down into turn 1. Overhead shot there. You see somebody coming off pit lane. These cars are getting ready to go up through the S's. Really beautiful area up here in the Finger Lakes region of New York. I haven't actually visited there myself. I'd like to someday. I'd like to go see this race.
There's a lot of good vantage points from Watkins Glen from people I know that's been there.
Yeah, we're just now coming. We're coming to lap 21. I am noticing in the chat that Kyle Vaught's in there saying, "Hey, I put too much throttle coming out of turn 1. Hit the wall and blew up the truck. Too much damage to repair." Yeah, that's what we saw. We weren't sure if it was the throttle or maybe also a combination pulling the wheel a little bit, because it was a car just in front of him there. We noticed it was a little bit sideways, but where he had to run because he was trying to make that pass, really an area that didn't likely have very much grip on the track.
Getting awful dark out there.
It looks like it.
Dropping. Track temp is over 100, and it's down to 94, and the air temperature's down to 75.
All right, folks, let's go on back here. We're going to do, while we have a few laps here, we're going to do a crank it up segment. So if you like that kind of thing, crank up your volume in your headset or on your television or your laptop, and let's hear what the racers hear inside that cockpit. Folks, that was a Crank It Up segment. Hope you enjoyed that. I like to do it at least. I saw somebody crash there. Did you see that? Like Deion Jones, maybe.
Missed the crash, yeah. Everybody's still on track that was. Let's see what happened there.
Like I got Deion Jones right here. Does he crash? Maybe he just goes wide and it registers as a crash.
Well, he does do he spins it most of the way around, but he looped it back.
Yeah, he lit him up there, stay off the wall. That's good. Got back on track, so no damage. Good for him. Make sure we got the volume levels so that you guys can still hear us. Here we go. Not much changed up front, folks. Chris has actually closed in, though. He was over 7 seconds, so 38 truck. Chris Gomes was 7+ seconds. He's cut that down to under 4 over the 89 Craig Goodenough. So there was a substantial difference, if I go back and look, between when they hit pit lane. So, well, 4 laps. So the 89 truck went in at lap 14, and Gomes went in not 18, coming to 19. So about 4 or 5 laps. Yeah, let's take a look. 14 is still 8 seconds back there, so I don't know. He might be saving his tires.
He may be. I still think a lot of them are probably going to be ducking into the pits in the next couple of laps to try to pit
14
before
right
the
now.
caution.
Yeah, 14's doing it right now. So as we mentioned, folks, we are in the last lap before pit lane closes. You see that the 14 truck is going on to get his service before the comp caution. 89 stayed out. He still has the option, once he comes around here, to duck in. Question is, will he, or is he going to stay out to and then try to pit under yellow?
He's so far ahead. If he does stay out, I don't think anybody else will have a chance to duck in.
Yeah, he's 4 seconds out there. I think that would probably prevent the 38 from ducking on the pit lane. I'm going to find out. So we're going to follow him, folks, all the way to that point. He's coming to the last 2 turns. This is turn 6. Come back around to the... If he's going in, he's going to go in right here. It looks like he's going into me, Ricky.
He's coming in. Now let's see. Looks like Chris Gomes is coming in.
Yep, Chris is ducking in. See if Derek stays out. Derek stays out.
Derek
so
stays
Welsh.
out, so he's going to trap everybody behind him on the track.
Yep, anybody who's... Well, as he comes around, so it should be the comp caution here, folks.
So we've got Fight and Pope in the pits. Oh, the pits close as Kevin Hunt was coming in. I think he'll get a penalty, but I think Pope and Fight are going to be okay because they was on pit lane when it closed.
Got Kyle in the chat again saying, hey, he jumped 14 spots in 5 laps, though, so he felt good about where he was at before that happened. Yeah, we were talking about that, Kyle. Actually, you're still out there. We'll stay inside of Discord. We'll get to chat with you after we go under caution here in a minute. So Derek has got the lead right now in that 21 truck, his Toyota Tundra. He's out front. He cannot pit now, otherwise it'll be a penalty. So he's going through the caution. I was curious if he's going to try and restart on the front. I don't know if I would, or pit under caution to go ahead and get service for his vehicle.
Yeah, the track position, I don't know. Track position means a lot. He stayed out as long as he could on that first run. I think he may stay out under the comp caution and drive it until he feels like he can make it the rest of the way on gas and then pit. I'm not really sure what his strategy is.
So he's 10 laps into these tires here. So it really has about 8 laps before he'd have to pit anyway after the caution, and even less than that after we have a few laps of caution. Yeah, so I don't know. You can see the track map, folks. You can see he's going through the bus stop. He is the number 1 you see on the map, outlined in green, and everybody else around this track pretty well spread out. So he's coming around the carousel. And he's got 2 more turns after this, 6 and 7. And then he'll head for the start-finish line, and we will hit the comp caution. That's when everything's going to get interesting. Who's going to pit? Who's staying out? Who's going to be fat? How wild of a restart do you think we're going to have after this, Ricky? I think it's going to be off the chain. We know it's our last opportunity.
Be. I mean, on that first start, everybody's got to be careful, but they know now, once they bunch up, this is their last chance. They're going to have to get it.
All right, man. Caution is out. Caution is out.
And there's your comp caution, folks. The only caution they're going to get for this race. So this is an opportunity for those folks who started towards the back. I mentioned like Burke and Bryant, for instance, they made their way all the way up to 8th and 9th positions. Yeah, really, Fight. No, Fight wasn't one of those trucks, but yeah, I knew some of those guys were going to be able to race their way back up into the top 10, and they're there. They may be in the mix by the end of this, considering they're going to restart up towards the front.
Now, the way the caution came out, the pace truck is still sitting in the pits, so it's going to wait on him to come all the way back around again. That's going to give these guys that maybe was going to stay out under this comp caution an extra lap under caution. So if they're looking at gas and trying to run it to that point where they could make it to the end of the race, that might help them.
Yeah, sure would. If we can get a word with Kyle while we're sitting here. Hey, Kyle, it's Alan and Ricky in the booth. You got us, buddy.
Hey, what's up, y'all?
Hey, I hate to be talking to you so soon under these circumstances. I saw what you put in the text chat there, and that's basically what we observed on the track. I hate that for you. How you feeling about it? I mean, kind of a crazy question. Yeah.
Yeah, you know, I was trying to be patient, but like I had gotten by some people, and then I got stuck behind Jack and Kelly, and people I passed were catching back up, so I was like, okay, I got to take it here, and won. I don't know if I was faster than Jack, but I mean, I was faster than Kelly, and I just needed to get by him because he was just faster, so I just needed to get by him. Keep moving. So yeah, huge bummer. Definitely sucks. So I'm just on the couch watching the broadcast now. Y'all are doing great.
I appreciate it. You got anything for your driver there, Ricky? Any pep talk for next week?
Yeah, next week is, where are they next week? Richmond? Are you at Richmond next week? Yeah. Richmond will be a whole different animal, so I'm sure that you'll get ready for that one. I mean, yeah, you was fast. I could see you was moving through the field. That was just a weird place to you'd be rolling that rumble strip and then trying to get back on the gas. So it sucks, but you know, at least you got Richmond next week.
Yeah, no doubt there.
All right, Kyle, well, thanks, but we're going to cover these pit stops and see who's going to play what strategy, and better luck next week.
Yeah, and check out Bittner, 5th place.
Yeah,
Bittner's up there. Keep our eyes on our boy.
Sounds good. We'll talk to you soon.
All right, later on.
All right. Now everybody's going to put their cards out there a little bit here for the second half of the race. Deion Jones crashed. What happened there? Take a quick look. Oh. Just got in there too hot. Take a different look. Yeah, just didn't make the turn. Almost like he had damage already.
Yeah, maybe. Right. Or it's really weird when you're under caution trying to figure out how fast to go to catch the field. And maybe you just got away from him.
Yeah, for sure. As you see, DW on pit lane, Trevor Robertson, Jonathan Osborne at 81, Mike Adamson, Josh Bittner. All these guys are headed down pit lane now. 88 to 01. So who stayed out? Craig Goodenough in the 89 truck, Chris Goins at 38, Dustin Eaton, David Fight, Tim Pope, all of them stayed out. And you got from 6th place all the way down to 16th are now on pit lane. And then you got a few others who stayed out, like Andy Player, Tom Barish, Dustin Wade, John Schulbacher, and Kevin Hunt. Yeah, it's going to be a mixture of tires and patience on this start. Lori, did you pick up that text chat? You got a special message in the text chat, or in the chat rather, for YouTube. See what we got going here. People are off pit lane now. We got Stony Benfield in there. Neon Jones. Yeah, that accident probably. Albert's on pit lane. Go ahead.
The top 5 stayed out. Everybody behind them pitted.
Yeah, I got 1, 2, 3.
Looks like Pope's the last one that didn't pit.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking. He came. So this is 4 laps. We have 4-lap advantage, starting maybe up to 5 there, depending on how you're looking at it. We're starting with Derek Welch in that 21 truck in the 6th position. He is the furthest forward on fresh tires. Like the pace lights are still on the truck. Yeah. Dude, they should go out here when they cross the stripe, folks, and that means one more lap and we go back racing. Now, there will be no more cautions, only local cautions from that point. Yep, lights go out, so that means we're going racing next time by. Should have 24 laps remaining at the stripe as they go green. So who's your horse, Ricky?
I mean, it's hard to pick against Craig Goodenough. He's in the lead. I know it's a cop out, but he has just ran so flawlessly so far this race. I don't see how it's going to get away from him unless he gets tangled up with a lap car.
Yeah, I think this restart's going to be crucial. Now the question is going to be, we did see Chris Gomes on 4 to 5 lap fresher tires at the end of that run begin to catch Craig. He came about 7+ seconds back to within 4, almost 3 seconds back. So does Derek Welch have the tires and company behind him there to get up to the front there and win this thing, steal one? They are going to have to pit again, by the way.
Yeah, and Gones does have 4-lap fresher tires, like you said, so that will come into play. He may have the advantage at least, and maybe that's his strategy, is to try to run away as fast as he can on those fresher tires and then pit with Craig and then try to maintain.
You just want Chris going? I'm showing Chris winning on lap 25. Did he not get tires?
No, I'm saying he looks like he's only got 7 laps on his tires, and Craig has 11.
Gotcha.
So he's pitted much sooner or later than Craig.
Analia Tovar in there saying Eaton. I'm assuming that's just go Eaton, right?
She's picking Eaton. I think when we asked, that's her pick. That's her horse.
Let's see. Forgive me if I don't pronounce your name right. Gene Porras has come on 16. 16's out of it, buddy. If that's your pick, if that's your horse. We just talked to him. He had some unfortunate in turn 1, unfortunate luck where he nosed into the barrier and blew his engine for the night. All right, man. I am ready for this.
Got the sun back out too. Track temps dropped down to 88.
See the pace truck is on pit lane. Should be back in the hands of Craig Goodenough for the restart, and we're back under green. He gets a nice launch there, but Chris is right with him. 14 truck now. We talked about him. He's right there. Always stalking. They don't count at the 7 either. But Craig gets a good launch there. 38 is right with him. So far,
and the 21, the 6, and the 81 all have fresh tires.
Yeah, exactly. So we're going to see how that 21's up in 6th position right now. Furthest forward, followed by like Jonathan Osborne, Trevor Robertson, Mike Adamson, all on fresher tires by about 4 to 5 laps. It's like 4 from what I'm looking at. So, yeah, if I'm in Craig's shoes, like you mentioned, I'm going to try to stretch out a lead here and then just try to mind the gap. Well, it's like the 38 got kind of wide there. I don't know if he meant to do that.
Using all the track.
Dustin Eaton, he's pretty hungry to get by Chris Gones there. See how this is going to work out for him. Love that camera shot right there coming out of the last turn. We missed Greg Dawson went off track, back on track. Looks like he's going to be okay. How long does the 14 wait before he tries to make a move? I mean, I don't think he's actually waiting. I think he's looking for an opportunity because him and Chris is not going to be an easy pass, that 38 truck.
No, and he does also have a few lap older tires than Gones, so that's going to come into effect. Now, when they cool them down under caution, it does seem to help for a few laps if you've got older tires. But the fall off is usually 2 or 3 laps, and then once they've heated up, they'll really start to fall off compared to the guys that have the new tires.
I'm looking at Dustin. He was on pit lane at 24, which was really more like 20. Yeah, about 2 laps earlier than these guys. And Pope is...
Aaron,
go ahead.
Aaron Warren in the chat's asking what the leaders' lap times are. The last lap, good enough for in a 13.85. This lap, a 13 flat. So he's moving. Chris Gones ran a 12.9, so they're definitely getting some good lap times.
Yeah, if you guys take a look at the pylon there, I did switch it over momentarily so you can see the last lap times. Chris Gones is a 112. He was faster than your leader right there, 112.9. Also, Pope 112.85, even faster than Gones, running right now in the 4th position. You see most of the up to 8th position are running the 113s before you go to 114 with Bittner in 9th position. We're going to go run through the field, Ricky, while we, well, I'm going to wait for that. Check that. Looks like we're having a little bit of maybe a battle for the lead here. 38 seems to be getting more aggressive. Yeah.
Well, it's the first bobble I've saw from Craig all night. He slipped a little coming out of the turn and had to back out of it.
Now we got 3 trucks on top of each other for the lead right here, with the 7 sitting there in 4th, licking his chops, saying, "Go ahead, go for it, boys."
Oh, Osborne and Fight, big contact on the front stretch. They almost wrecked, but they saved the they're battling real hard right behind them.
Oh yeah, you got a nice snarly pack of trucks there too. Thought 38 was going to go for it. John Gallagher's crashed. Take a look at that. Oh no. Is it? Well, that set was the last. Oh,
he was trying to get into the pits, I think, and just missed it.
That was the one that got him. A little side door act music from the 023, and then him and the 01 get together. That's going to be a race ender right there, folks. Wow, did you see the 14 just enter the corner? Really went deep.
Yeah, there's battles all over. I'm trying to go between that battle and the battle between Fight, Robertson, and Jonathan Osborne.
We'll jump back here and take a look at this fight, since it seems like we're kind of in stalemate up front. At the 84, Bittner, he's looking for a way around the 81. I think he's pretty safe for now. These trucks are starting to spread out just a bit. Take one more check on the front, and we're going to go through the field.
Oh, Greg Dobson out of the race said,
"Oh no, 38's around with a 14." Save it. Well, oh man, great job keeping it out of the Armco barrier there, and able to keep going. But I'm sure he is not. Oh, tires are hot. Oh, and he gets to. Oh no.
Oh man.
After all that. So actually, let's go back just a little bit further so we can show you what happened here. Get on board with 14 truck. Goes to the outside, gets a little bit of a nudge, and that's what caused him to go around. 7 gets around the 14 at that point. Get on board with a 38 and show you what happened there. does a crazy good job. Look, he's working it. He's still driving that truck as he flips all the way around. Completely saves it. Goes back to rejoin. And that's whenever the 84 just comes out and ends up going wide into the carousel and just nails it in the rear end. Don't think that's going to end his night, though. I don't know how wicked it's going to be to drive with the damage to the rear end, though.
Gones and Bittner both in the pits. Looks like they're getting extensive repairs, so it's ruined their chances for sure.
Yeah, Gones is making his way out now. So we're going to jump back up front here on board with Dustin Eaton. He's lost a good bit of ground right now. He might have a little bit of damage too. I don't know. Or maybe it's just those tires getting to him, because that contact didn't look like it would have done any damage. Pope's running up in the second position though right now, just getting by good enough, because good enough is on pit lane.
Eaton's coming into the pits now, though, as is his teammate Good Enough. They're both making their final pit stop, I get, for the race.
Yeah, I'm sure that, they're working this out in the team chat there and everything. But Tim Pope, who was last on pit lane, lap 25, he assumes the lead here. I would imagine he's going to come in the next time around, considering a little bit the degradation difference he's going to be suffering from on those tires.
I think Gones and Bittner both can maybe make it to the end now that they've pitted. They're going to be tight, but they could both make it. But I think both of them lost too much time in the pits to be competitive.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. There's not going to be another opportunity either. So let's going to go take a look at our onboard camera. We're going to take a look at Andy Player, who's up 14 positions for the night, running in the 11th position. It was kind of blocking our camera to see him right there as he's going through the carousel. Pretty solid. He's always good at these courses, racing out of Concord, New Hampshire. Like I said, 14 positions. That's no easy task at a place like this.
No. Player's really consistent and good, though. He knows how to take care of his stuff. Look, man, he looks like he's running a pretty fierce force feedback, though. That's a workout.
Yeah, he's going to be sweating after this is over. I think some other drivers as well. Get some more of our cams in here. That was the 13 truck. See how Scott Roney is doing. He's running in up 4 spots in the 12th position right now in that 023 machine. Having a good night. I don't know if he's real fond of these road courses or not, racing out of Salt Lake City, Utah. Next up would be the 085. Actually, I think is he still on the track? He's in the pit lane.
Yeah, when all that mess happened, I was going to read that he had posted in the chat he had crashed and blew it up, or didn't blow it up, but he had too much damage to continue.
Yeah, you can see he's sitting there making repairs now. He's not driving right now. Unfortunate for him. Yeah, he never quits, so wouldn't be surprised to see him back out there on the track.
Chris Gones came back into the pits, so he must have tried to just repair what he thought would get him to the end of the race, and then he had to tap and come back in and get some more repairs, it looks like.
Go on board with the 68. Where's Dustin running right now? Dustin Wade. There he is. He's up 4 spots. Dustin's running in 9th position, top 10 run tonight. Good run for him out of Cincinnati.
Well, Trevor Robertson just pitted, and he merges right in front of Eaton, which is going to be big. So we're going to have Good Enough, Hope, Robertson, and Eaton. So it's team Ain't Dead Yet against team Orangutan. 2-on-2.
Riding on board right now with Tim Pope out of Roseboro, North Carolina, just behind that Craig Good Enough machine like you were mentioning. He does have fresher tires than Craig does, and it looks like he's maybe going for, yeah.
Craig tried to cut it off, and Tim didn't let him slam that door. No.
Now, does he have enough momentum to get down there in the next turn? he stays at least equal or a little bit ahead of me, even if he makes it anyway. So perfectly done, nicely executed by the 7 machine. That might be your race right there, folks.
Really a strong move for Tim Pope here. Coming down to 15 laps to go, makes the move and gets around Craig. Good enough. The first driver we've seen pass Craig this whole race, I think.
Craig looks like he's buckling down and going to onboard camera with him here. I don't think he's too happy with that move, but hey, I think that was a fair move in my estimation, Ricky. I don't know about you.
Yeah, I mean, it was just a little side-to-side contact. I think he was trying to slam the door, and he had left a little too much room there.
Now, I will say, since that happened, you can tell Craig may feel like the gloves are off then. See if Tim's able to start to pull a little bit of distance here. Right now he is, let's see, he's about a second in front of Craig. See if that continues to pull there. You take a look at the battle box, folks, right there. We're looking at Tim Pope, and it is, well, about 0.68 back to Craig now, so not quite, about 0.3 of a second. Yeah, I mean, 1 lap of tires for Craig might not be that big of a deficit. We'll see if he's able to have anything for him at the end here. We have a long way to go, folks. 14 laps at this place is a long way.
One thing we've got to look at and watch out for is Derek Welch and Jonathan Osborne are both still on the track. And I know they're losing time right now, but the longer they stay out there when they pit, they're going to have significantly fresher tires. So it's going to be it. Oh, bearish.
Saw Bears go around there, come off the last turn. I don't think he had any help. I think that was just a product of maybe too much fuel or accelerator. Yep, just got loose right there. Oh, that's probably going to do him in too. Yeah, he toes directly to the pits. So hate that for you Bears fans out there in the chat. Had a pretty good run, keeping it clean. As you see the 21 getting around that 75 of Stoney there. I don't think that's not for position. Anything new in the chat there? I think I see one Albert Anderson out there. Says, my lug nuts fell off. I'm done. Great job in the booth tonight, gentlemen. Loving the broadcast. Well, thanks, Albert. We appreciate that, buddy. Lori's out there saying, Albert Anderson, it's a good thing Papa's watching. I'll send you a PM.
Yeah, it's a tragic thing when all of your lug nuts fall off. I mean, now in NASCAR they only have a single lug nut, but the trucks still run the old setup, and all of them fell off. That's just a bad accident.
Well, I tell you, since this truck doesn't have the new single lug nut, I think if I was Albert Anderson, I'd think about replacing my crew. Yeah. When all 5 of them fall off, that's a problem. Right now we're riding on board with Jonathan Osborne, up 6 spots right now. Now he's still yet to pit. He is currently running in the 6th position. He was last on pit lane at lap 29. Great run here tonight. Hopefully he's able to finish off with a good finish. I don't know where he's going to fall out whenever they do hit pit lane. That's going to be a question there. Tim Pope still remains in front of Craig Goodenough by still about the same distance. So he's not getting away from Craig. 0.6. Yeah, about 0.6. A little bit closer, but again, Craig catching him and getting by is going to be 2 different things, especially the longer they go on these tires. It's going to be a risky prospect to do any kind of a lunge, so you better catch him pretty quick here and go ahead and affect that pass. Lori's throwing up on the screen there. Don't trust Albert, haha. So I don't think I mentioned previously, folks, but the league admin, as you see 7 getting underneath the 01 there and the 68. League admin has the ability to throw any message she wants across the screen at any time. She uses it most of the time to cheerlead and other times to give us a little bit of guidance on where we should be going if something's going awry. So again, we're on board right now with that 7 machine of Tim Pope, maintaining about his 0.6 of a second lead there on Craig Goodenough. And we think, at least I think, Ricky, that's probably the battle for the win, because in the first 3 positions of the 21 of Derek Welch, the 81 of Jonathan Osborne, and the 10 truck of Andrew Cawthon all still need to make their final pit stop. You see 89 is right on him now.
Yeah, but Welch is, about 30 seconds ahead of Pope now. I don't know what the delta is on the pit, but if it's, 40 seconds and he comes out and he's only 10 seconds behind, you're making up 2 seconds a lap. It's going to get, he can make it interesting at the end.
89 was showing a nose there at least.
21's pitting right now.
All right, we'll see how this goes. As we got the 7 truck is going through the carousel, we'll see if he's able to get around there, get in front of Derek Welch, who's on pit lane. Jonathan stays out. Jonathan Osborne, the 81 truck, stays out. He is your current leader. So if you're watching Derek Welch there, Ricky, I'm on board with the 7 going into turn 6. And now the final turn at 7.
Now Welch is in his pits, so.
Well, I see him right there. He's off pit lane. Is that him? No,
Nope, he's coming out right now. He's just exited, so he's not that far behind. He's not that far behind. He's going to blend in right behind Eaton. So it depends on how fast he can get around Eaton and Robertson. I think Welch might be the guy that's in the catbird seat, actually.
Well, as we're taking a look here, he's going to have to make some really good time. I mean, to Osborne, it's showing back 30 some seconds, but Osborne has to pit here. All right, he should be going on pit lane this time. Nope, goes back around one more time. Don't know what strategy he's on.
No, he's losing, probably 2 seconds a lap. So he was 3 seconds behind Welch already. So when he blends, he'll probably blend out somewhere around 10th when he comes back out.
You got Jonathan there in the 81 truck, and he's your current leader. And then you go back here a bit, coming down to turn 1, the 10 truck of Andrew Cawthon. Both of these guys were on pit lane at 29. And you see right back there in that same frame, there is Tim Pope and Craig Goodenough. I think this is going to, you see Craig kind of get a little sideways there. Seems to be pushing the truck a bit. We'll see how this works out, but yeah. And I
Welch
think
is making,
Go ahead.
Just passed Eaton. He just passed Eaton like he wasn't moving, so.
Oh, he's right there.
Yeah.
He's got to get it done, though. He cannot dilly-dally whatsoever. And he's not letting him get away here. He's still going to fight for this. Don't think he's going to have a chance, though. This is, whoa.
Craig Goodenough is closing back in on Pope for the lead, too.
Yeah, I'm on board with him right here now. Like the interval is 0.66, so he does close in. He gets some lunges in there, but then he seems to either kick loose or, he's starting to really wear those rear tires, I think, by pushing like he is. And we know how the 7 truck is methodical once he gets into a groove here, or in any track he's at. And in fact, now Tim's up to 0.83. That's the biggest lead he's had so far. I think this is Tim's race to lose, honestly. I don't see Derek getting up there. Maybe. If he gets around the 6 truck here pretty quick, maybe.
Well, I mean, Pope just ran a 1:13.6 that last lap, so maybe he still had something left in the tank because he was the fastest. He's the fastest truck on the track. He was purple lap.
Yeah, we take a look at those last lap times. You see Osborne, those guys are expected to be slow, but yeah, like you mentioned, 113.69 for the 7 truck there in 3rd. 89 was a 114.09. Robertson 114.10. Welch was 114.18. That's not going to get it done unless he can get around this truck and start putting down some qualifying laps.
Tim Pope's best friend is his teammate, Trevor Robertson, who's running right in front of Welch. If he can hold him up even a lap or two, it'll be huge. And I mean, I know Trevor's going to try to get a podium himself, but it's going to be hard to hold off the truck that's got that much fresher tires.
Yeah, as we're looking at right now, we're looking at the gap between your current third place and second place running is almost a second now. As you see, Tim's starting to stretch out his lead there. And I see a lot of wiggling out of the rear tires of Craig Goodenough. I think you can correct me if you remember differently, Ricky. I think if the 7's able to win this race, this might be his first victory at a road course in this league.
It may be. I know that in another league that we raced in at one point, I won a road course race by beating Pope. He finished second, which was an accomplishment, even if he's not great at road courses, just to say you beat Tim Popes. But yeah, I think it would be his first in the league.
As you see now, the 7 truck and the 89 have overtaken Andrew Cawthon, pushing him back to third position. I don't know if Andrew's trying to make it to the end there and he's under max fuel savings, but I can't believe he's still out here. Let's take a look and see if he actually hits the lane this time.
He's pitting.
Yeah, he's definitely going in right here, as you can see. Back up here, though, you do have the delta is just at 1 second, a little more than 1 second, with 6 laps to go, folks. Anything in the chat while we got an opportunity?
It looks like Albert Anderson is trying to justify the lug nut situation. Lori's not having it, apparently. She's got some proof. So I don't know what's going on back and forth between them, but maybe at the lug nut gate is still upon us.
It'll be debated for years to come. All right, so we got a few laps to go here. Looks like we're pretty secure. Let's go back and take a look through the field. Find those still in crawl. I mean, unfortunately, Chris Goins is not on the track. That incident took him out. That's unfortunate. Chandler Paul's not on the track. Dion's off. No, actually, he's coming back on the track. Who's going to win? Yeah, good question, Lori. That's what we're sitting there debating. I still think it's Pope's race to lose at this point with this 1 second gap and a little bit of a tire advantage. So let's run through the field here. So you're on board right now with Dion Jones, currently running 27th. Scott Milner in that 31 truck, he's in 26th position. Give everybody out there an opportunity to know where their favorite driver is. John Schoenbacher out of Louisville, Kentucky, the closer. Didn't have as good of a run here tonight in the luck he normally has. Down 11 positions from where he started. He must have had some issues. Something happened. Anthony Williams in 24th. Currently down 4 spots from where he started. Dave Mayberry, he's up 5 positions from where he began the evening, running 23rd. Kevin Hunt up 12 spots from where he began this race. He's in 22nd, about to try to go around Kelly Kill for 21st, who's up 1 spot for the evening. Mike Everidge, he's there up 11 spots, running in 20th. Josh Bittner, I don't know what happened there. It looks like he's got some damage, Ricky. I thought he was in a good position to be in the top 10, top 5 run tonight. Yeah, pretty good damage on the nose of that truck.
Yeah, that's from the contact with Chris Goins. He probably just repaired a little bit of it and is trying to make the best of it.
That's right. That's the second part of the Chris Goins incident. Yep. Okay. Dustin way down 5 spots from where he started in running 18th. Tony Benfield, 75 truck, up 1 position, running 17th. John McDonald, 23 truck out of Edmonton, Alberta, Canada, down 1 spot, running 16th. Mr. Scott Roney, he is up 1 spot in the 023 truck. The 023 and a 23 running right there nose to tail. He's up 1 spot, running 15th overall for the night. And Goodenough has gotten by. What's happened? Okay, never mind. It was a glitch with the with my overlay there. Oh, Stony Benfield's crashed. Take a look. We were just talking about 75. Oh, just kind of hit that awkwardly. He didn't hit anything, so he's gonna be able to continue at least. Yeah, Tempo's got a nice lead there right now on Craig, and you got Welch bringing up the rear. Welch may be able to get second place here. Yeah,
he was the second, 1.2 seconds faster the last lap than Craig good enough, and the second faster than Pope.
Yep. We'll kind of see where this goes here for a moment before we go back continue through the field. Looks like yeah, this is gonna be the race right here. I don't think they're gonna get to 10. I'm gonna go ahead and read these off. So John McAl's in 13th, Andy Players running 12th, up 13 positions. Jack Dixon in 11th, up 15 for the evening. Good run for him. In 10th position is David Fite. Mike Adamson's running 9th right now. Jeremiah Burke up 16, running 8th. That's great for him to be running from the back. Dylan Bryan as well, up 22 spots, running in 7th. Great run for him. Dustin Eaton is in 6th position, right where he started the race. Jonathan Osborne is in 5th, up 3. Trevor Robertson's in 4th, right where he began the race. DW is running 3rd. And Craig Goodenough right there in front of you as well, running 2nd. Now, we're coming to about 2 to go here once we cross the stripe again. I think this is the battle right here, Ricky. See who comes in 2nd.
Yeah, it looks like Pope's got enough of a lead where he can just ease the truck around for 2 more laps. Oh, ouch!
Ooh, he really got... Now, that might hurt his chances.
Yeah, that may have just settled the battle for 2nd.
Yeah, he lost a significant amount of ground there. He's just pushing the truck for everything it's worth. Expect nothing less out of him. He may have taken off the rest of the good he had on those tires too to be able to attempt to pass here with Craig. Now we'll see. We got these massive braking zones here into the horseshoe, or the bus stop rather, and then we'll see how it goes down in turn 6.
Yeah, he's closing back in on him pretty fast, so maybe there still will be a race for 2nd here. Yeah, Craig looks like he's lost all rear grip in those tires.
All right, this is it.
Maybe yep, there you go.
This is it, last lap. So your leader
Pope
is
does
out.
have some.
Yeah.
He's got some traffic in front of him. That's the only thing he's got to worry about.
Oh, 21's trying to kind of go to the outside here. Hit sideways. Oh man, that's gonna kill him. Going up through the S's here. You got a significant lead by your first place driver there. Almost 3 seconds between first and second of Craig Goodenough. So we think this is gonna be the battle for 2nd here, folks. We're gonna stick with this because I think Derek is going to send it.
Trevor Robertson hopes he does send it and take them both.
Yeah, he's lying there and wait. Jonathan Osborne right behind him. And Craig's did an excellent job to be able to keep this truck in the. He really drove it for everything it's worth, and to be able to hold off those fresher tires behind him in the 21, I think he's got it now too. Yeah, it's not likely he's going to be able to affect the pass here. He definitely gave it a go, though. He almost went to the outside barrier there. Yep, there you go. So congratulations to your first place finisher, Tim Pope. Second is Craig Goodenough, and third was Derek Welch. That was a good race. Having that caution in the middle there brought some interesting strategies, and yeah, I didn't know who was going to win this thing. I can't, and I do think this is Pope's first road course win.
I will definitely have to ask him. I'm not sure, but that was a really strong run for Tim on a road course to shake loose the Team Orangutan dominance.
Yeah, for sure. But don't go anywhere, folks. We're going to take a really quick break, and we're going to switch it up a little bit this evening. We're going to interview your race winner first. So Mr. Tim Pope will be first on deck, and then we'll get Craig Goodenough and Derek Welch. So please don't go anywhere. Hey, folks, welcome back. We are going to get an interview here with your race winner, Mr. Timothy Pope out of Roseboro, North Carolina. If I get him pulled up in the booth here. Hey, Tim, it's Alan and Ricky in the booth, buddy. You got me.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, man, great run tonight. You played the strategy perfectly, and you have absolutely figured out how to race these road courses. I know they weren't your favorite to do whenever you started racing with us a few years ago, but you've got it. Seems like you got it mastered now. What was your secret to being able to come out victorious tonight?
I don't know. Just got lucky, I guess.
I don't think it was luck, man. You're really doing a great job there. Nice racing with Craig. I mean, that was pretty hard nosed. Last move was perfection. I mean, I think it was all fair. You're a little bit fresher tires, but yeah, it was a great run for you. Any key moments that stand out to you tonight? Anything that you think would have made that difference there?
Yeah, probably when Eaton and 38 got together, he cleared. That took 2 spots right there, and then 89 got a little high, or took that long right-hander, the right-hander too hard. They allowed me to get up under them and sneak up under them and pass it, keep behind me.
Yeah, we saw that in real time as that was unfolding in the bus stop there. You just scooted on right by, and then you didn't look back. Hey, Ricky, what do you have for our champion tonight?
Well, first of all, good job, Tim, bringing that 80-watt truck home in first. Well, the one thing I wanted to ask you, do you think in that first run, were you just trying to, be careful and keep it up toward the front so you might have a shot at the end, and you think you might have caught him off guard with your speed there in that second run?
Yeah, that's the thing. And the caution really helps me here because I don't get going about halfway or run a few laps so I can get used to the track because I don't usually practice these a whole lot. So it takes me a little while to get used to the track and get my speed and get consistent. Once I get there, I'm usually okay with the speed. I can keep up pretty good.
All right, buddy, you killed it tonight. You can't. Is this your first road course win in the league?
No, I won that Chicago street course when I went there that first time or one time.
Okay, great. So not, but still, okay, second one. Great job, man. What a great race tonight. Do you have any shout outs for teams, fans, or family?
Oh, yeah, everybody on ADY. You guys were doing great on the broadcast. And you and Lori for putting these leagues on.
Hey, buddy, we appreciate you, man. Great win. And we'll see you next week. You looking forward to heading out there to short track racing after being here at the road course?
What track's next?
Richmond. Yep.
Oh, Richmond, yeah. Yeah, I guess. A little slick there sometimes off turn 4, but it's usually pretty fun.
All right, buddy. Well, thanks for chatting with us, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you.
All right. That was your first place finisher, Timothy Pope out of Roseboro, North Carolina. So let's move on up or down the running order rather, and get a chat with Craig Good Enough. Hey, Craig, it's Alan and Ricky in the booth, buddy. You got me.
Yeah, we got you. What's up?
Hey, man, great run tonight. Out of nowhere, 7 truck comes in there to challenge you. How was that from your seat in your cockpit?
He had a strategy that was a little smarter than mine. I didn't think of it until I seen him pull out, and I was like, I know what he did. Dang it. And I didn't really have a defend plan for that either. So he did good. It was fun there at the end for sure.
So share with the audience, what was the strategy that he pulled that you didn't think of?
He stayed out a little longer there, just like 1 lap, instead of just enough to get to the end. So he straight out just a little bit longer to where that and then he knew he was close enough that he could be like right outside. Like as soon as we came out, we'd meet at the end of pit road. So there was a lot of timing involved too. Like he had to pay attention to like our distance between each other and everything, and nail the pit stop too, which he always does. So he knows exactly what his pit stop's going to be before he even goes down.
Well, hey man, great job. Hey Ricky, what do you have for our second place finisher? Ricky, you there?
Oh, yep. Sorry, I was muted. Looks like you had a dominating truck there most of the race, and just come up a little short. I mean, besides the strategy, did it catch you off guard that Tim came up on you like that, since he really wasn't a factor there in that first run?
Yeah, I didn't. I was super surprised that he even see the 7 truck. I hadn't seen the 7 truck on my relative all day, and then all of a sudden he's there. But that's typical Tim Pope fashion. Puts on the clinic at the end, which is enjoyable and makes us all better.
Well, what do you think about Richmond coming up next week? I mean, it's kind of like Iowa that we just got done with, which was a disaster with the slick track out of turn 4, but Richmond's a little bit grippier. So you think you got a pretty good shot to get home another podium?
So the Richmond is one of my favorite racetracks. I thoroughly enjoy it, but exciting but sad is I will be on vacation the next 2 weeks. So those will be my 2 drop weeks, and then we'll pick up after that.
Oh wow! So yeah, make sure you can't have any races you miss after that point. But great run tonight. Before we let you go, do you have any shout outs for teams, fans, or family?
Team Tang, of course, Eaton, Hunt, and also Decker and Player. These guys help me all the time, especially throughout the week. And then you guys, Alan and Ricky, for putting everything on, Lori for keeping track of all the cautions and everything that we had to do on this road course. That made it a lot of fun. Changed things up, changed the strategy up a bunch. I really enjoyed that, so appreciate her keeping track of all that, because that could be a feat. And then, of course, everybody out in YouTube land that's watching.
All right, buddy. We look forward to seeing you after you get back from vacation. Great run tonight. We'll talk to you later.
Okay, thank you guys. Have a good night.
Good night. Your second place finisher, Mr. Craig Goodenough in that 89 machine. And now we're going to move on to third place. We thought we was going to really maybe see him up on one more step up on the podium, but it wasn't to be. So we're going to get a word with Mr. Derek Welch. Hey, Derek, is Alan and Ricky. You got us, buddy?
Yes, sir.
Hey, man, great run tonight. Bringing it home on the podium. How was the race from your cockpit?
Hectic once you got lap traffic. It was interesting trying to pick my way through the lap traffic at times, and some of them held me back, and I stayed out on that last stint. I stayed out a couple of laps too late, and if I would have probably pitted a couple of laps earlier, I probably would have had a shot at Pope, because I knew I was faster than Craig and just couldn't pass him. And if I would have had a couple laps prior, I probably would have had a little bit more of a chance to get up the Pope. But third place ain't bad.
Yeah, and we noticed that too. We were taking a look. We thought you were going to be able to get up there and battle for it, but then you got in that tangle with the 89 truck. Unfortunate, but hey, Ricky, what do you have for our third place finisher tonight?
A good run, DW. Is a good finish, solid run. It looked like you was pretty dead sideways a few times there in the last few laps, but you was able to hang on to it. Looked like you was giving it everything that she was worth, and so good run on that. But I wanted to know what you was thinking about next week here coming up at Richmond.
I'm so at Richmond. I'm gonna have to do a little bit of practice if I have a chance to get some practice in. I just wanted to get in the top 10. That's all I want. In the first few races, I've had a terrible start of the season, so I need to get myself back in the playoff run. So as long as I get a top 10, I'm happy. Richmond, I haven't had that much luck. It's been on and off track for me.
All right, buddy. I know it's disappointing to battle that hard, and I know you have better tires and trying to get to the front there, but podium finish, man, you keep stacking those up and you're going to be in good shape for these playoffs. So great run tonight. Before we let you go, do you have any shout outs for teams, fans, or family?
Shout out my team, Chris Goins. He had a bad night tonight. He got tangled up there during both stop. Tom Barish and John McAdam. All the people that come up show up and watch the broadcast. You guys for broadcasting, Lori, and you, Alan, for keeping us in line, and yeah, thank you.
All right, buddy. Well, thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next week.
Amen.
That was your third place finisher, man. It's hard to hear somebody, man. He raced super hard. I know how he feels. You just can't quite get around somebody, even if they're just a little bit slower than you. That's usually the problem, is they're not slow enough for you to make that pass.
Yeah, and when the competition's is tight, you just almost sometimes have to rely on somebody to literally mess up to get around them, unless you want to use the bumper. And you could tell in his voice he's disappointed, but that was a solid top 3, and if he could roll together 2 or 3 good races, he'll be right back in the playoff picture.
Yeah, for sure. And so, folks, everybody out there listening, YouTube land, make sure you check us out next week, same time, same channel for Richmond. Should be a heck of a show. I know it kind of feasts your family there for this league. Sometimes it goes nice and clean, and you have some really hard racing. Other times, not so much. But we're going to tune in and find out what happens either way. So thanks, Ricky, for everything you do for us and for doing this broadcast with me. And as always, thanks to my beautiful and talented wife, Lori, for everything she does for the league. And that does it for this round, race fans. So remember, stay sharp, stay fast, stay vigilante, and we'll see you next time. Good night.
This ain't your mama's racing stream.